The world was dying. At least, that's what it felt like. 12,000 years ago, winter was no longer a season, it was a law, carved into the bones of every living thing. Endless snow, frozen rivers, and winds sharp enough to cut skin kept one small tribe on the brink of starvation. This was the Karoo clan, a group of only 26 survivors wandering the ice fields of northern Eurasia. Their food stores were gone. Game had vanished. Even the wolves had abandoned the region. For the past 3 days, they had eaten nothing but boiled leather and melted snow. Elders whispered that the spirits were punishing them. Mothers hid their fear as children cried themselves to sleep. And then, a young hunter named Orak spotted something impossible through the swirling snow. A shape, a shadow, a monster. A woolly mammoth, towering like a walking glacier, stepped across the frozen river ahead. To the tribe, this was more than an animal. It was salvation, or destruction. A mammoth was everything a tribe could pray for. Its meat could feed them for months. Its fat could burn as fuel. Its hide could create shelter. Its bones could shape weapons. It was not just food, it was life. The tribe gathered around their fire, trembling from hunger and cold. Their leader, Tal, spoke the words no one dared to say. If we fail, we die. Everyone knew it was true. A mammoth hunt was the most dangerous task of the Ice Age. But the alternative was slow, inevitable death. Oryx stepped forward. "I will lead," he said. It was young, but he was the only one who still had strength in his arms and fire in his eyes. They wanted to survive, and this giant, this impossible gift, was their only chance. The tribe had hunted reindeer. They had hunted elk, even bison, but a mammoth. A mammoth was something else entirely. It weighed over 6 tons. Its tusks were as long as spears. One swing of its trunk could break a man's spine. Worse, the frozen river made the landscape unpredictable. One wrong step, and hunter or prey could vanish beneath the ice. The Karoo clan followed the mammoth's trail for hours, watching it through the trees too close, and they would be trampled. Too far and it would disappear, the elders argued. It is too dangerous. We have children. The spirits will guide us. The ice will betray us. Batoruk wasn't listening to fear. He was watching the river. He noticed something the others didn't. The ice was thinning. Cracks radiated like white lightning beneath the mammoth's path. The giant didn't know it was walking on a trap. "Not strength," Oryx whispered. "Not spears. The land will help us." Every great hunter in history knows this truth. You never fight a beast on its terms. You change the battlefield. At dawn, the tribe prepared their one and only strategy. Drive the mammoth onto the weakest part of the river and let nature do the killing. They spread around the clearing, forming a half-moon of hunters. Fire was their only weapon and fear was their ally. On Oryx's signal, they emerged from the trees, torches blazing. The mammoth roared, steam bursting from its trunk like smoke. Its hooves thundered across the ice. It charged. The tribe held their ground, hearts pounding, legs shaking. Then as planned, they split into 2 groups. The mammoth swerved toward the center of the river. The ice groaned. A crack shot across the surface like a spider web. The mammoth stumbled, confused, panicked. Oryx sprinted toward it, shouting, throwing a spear into the snow to distract, not to kill. Another crack. Then another. The mammoth reared back, trumpeting so loud it shook the air. And then, Satyr. The ice collapsed beneath its weight. The giant fell into the freezing water, thrashing, roaring, fighting for a world it once ruled. But the Ice Age didn't care about kings. The tribe moved fast, using their spears to keep the beast from climbing back out. Not to torture it, but to finish what the cold had started. Minutes later, the mammoth's cries grew quiet, the water stilled. The hunt was over. When they dragged the massive body onto the shore, the entire tribe wept not from sadness, but relief. They would eat again. their children would survive. They would see another spring. For days they carved meat, gathered fat, shaped bones, and tanned the enormous hide. The mammoth became everything they needed. And so, the story of the last hunt lived for generations, not because they killed a giant, but because they proved something greater. In the Ice Age, the strongest animals ruled the land. But intelligence, strategy, and unity belonged to us. This was the day humanity learned that survival wasn't about muscle, it was about mind. The day the giants fell. And we rose. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more stories like this.